Hello guys, you are seeing Prime News Australia, where we show you the latest and important news of Australia in the fastest and reliable way. So come, let's start by not delaying 25 big updates of the Australia, especially for you. Before proceeding in the video, comment by commenting from which state you are watching, and also like video so that YouTube can reach this video to more people of Australia.
The Reserve Bank of Australia is weighing a potential third consecutive interest rate hike. Economists from major banks like ANZ suggest that while a rise to 4.35% is likely to combat sticky inflation, the board remains divided. The impact of the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran is causing significant economic uncertainty, leading some members to argue for a pause to protect domestic growth. The Victorian Liberal Party is celebrating a significant by-election victory in the seat of Nepean. Candidate Anthony Marsh secured a two-candidate preferred vote of 63.5%, representing a double-digit swing toward the opposition. Despite the win, party leader Jess Wilson acknowledged the upcoming challenge of the November state election. In South Australia, police arrested a 25-year-old man at the Burnside Village shopping centre this morning. Officers were called to the scene following reports of a man acting suspiciously. A search of his backpack allegedly revealed a knife, leading to charges for carrying an offensive weapon. Authorities utilised new wanding powers to conduct the search and have assured the public that there is no ongoing threat to community safety. A 25-year-old man is in a serious condition at an Adelaide hospital after an assault outside a nightclub on Curry Street. The incident, which began as an altercation inside the venue, escalated in the early hours of Sunday morning. Police report the victim was knocked unconscious by three suspects and sustained significant facial injuries. Deloitte Access Economics has issued a stern warning to the federal government regarding the upcoming budget. The advisory firm argues that the government must move beyond short-term crisis management and implement genuine structural reforms. Residents in South Australia are being warned of road closures following a serious vehicle crash near Truro. Emergency services responded to the scene early Sunday morning, and investigators from the major crash section are currently on site. The incident has caused significant traffic delays on regional arterial roads. Motorists are being urged to avoid the area and seek alternative routes as police work to clear the wreckage and determine the cause. Pregnancy Babies and Children Expo is currently underway at the Adelaide Showground, drawing thousands of families. The two-day event, which concludes today, features over 100 exhibitors showcasing the latest in maternity health, baby products, and parenting advice. Organisers highlighted a surge in interest for sustainable and organic childcare products this year. The expo remains one of the largest specialised trade events for new parents in the region. Perth is hosting its annual Wedding Expo today at the Convention and Exhibition Centre. The event serves as a major hub for the Western Australian wedding industry, connecting hundreds of local vendors with engaged couples. From floral arrangements to venue management, the expo showcases the latest trends in the post-pandemic wedding boom. Attendance is expected to reach record levels as the industry sees a return to large-scale, lavish celebrations. South Australian police caught a drink driver in the Riverland town of Renmark during a routine patrol early this morning. The driver allegedly returned a blood alcohol reading significantly over the legal limit. This arrest is part of a broader weekend Operation Safe Hills initiative aimed at reducing road trauma in regional areas. Police have reiterated that there is zero tolerance for drink driving as they increase highway patrols across the state. The federal government's plan to halve the fuel excise is now in its second month, providing temporary relief to Australian motorists. The measure, which reduces the cost of petrol and diesel by 26.3 cents per litre, was implemented to offset surging international energy prices. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese noted that while the relief is substantial, the government is continuously monitoring global markets to ensure fuel security for the long term. A man was arrested at the Salisbury interchange in Adelaide today after being found in possession of illicit drugs. Transit police intercepted the individual during a proactive patrol of the public transport hub. The arrest highlights ongoing efforts by South Australian authorities to increase safety and visibility across the Metropolitan Rail network. The man is expected to face court later this week on charges related to drug possession and supply. A vehicle theft at the Mitcham shopping centre has prompted a police investigation in Adelaide's southern suburbs. The car was reportedly stolen from the parking lot during broad daylight on Sunday morning. Authorities are currently reviewing security footage from the precinct to identify the thieves. Community members have been reminded to secure their vehicles and avoid leaving valuables in sight, as opportunistic thefts remain a concern for local law enforcement. Inflation figures from the Australian Bureau of Statistics show headline inflation has jumped to 4.6%, largely driven by energy costs. This spike has placed immense pressure on the Reserve Bank to act decisively during its next meeting. While trimmed mean inflation remains slightly lower at 3.3%, it is still above the target band. Households across the country are reporting significant stress as the cost of living continues to climb. Financial markets are pricing in a high probability of a mortgage repayment increase following the RBA's scheduled meeting this Tuesday. Data suggests that a 0.25 percentage point hike would add approximately $91 to monthly repayments for a standard $600,000 loan. This would mark the third increase this year, leaving many homeowners hundreds of dollars worse off per month compared to January. Banks are expected to pass on the full hike immediately. The Australian national football team is preparing for a high-profile international friendly against Mexico later this month. Scheduled for May 31st, the match is seen as a crucial preparation step for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Head coach Tony Vidmar is expected to announce the final squad in the coming days, with several domestic A-League players pushing for selection alongside established European-based stars. Fans are anticipating a sellout crowd. Environmental groups in Queensland are calling for stricter protections for the Great Barrier Reef following a new report on coral bleaching. Researchers indicate that rising sea temperatures in early 2026 have caused significant stress to northern sections of the reef. The government is under pressure to increase funding for reef restoration projects and to accelerate the transition to renewable energy to meet international climate commitments and protect the tourism industry. A major technology summit is set to begin in Sydney tomorrow, focusing on the integration of artificial intelligence in Australian healthcare. Industry leaders and medical professionals will discuss how AI can improve diagnostic accuracy and patient outcomes in rural areas. The three-day event will also address the ethical implications of data privacy and the need for a national regulatory framework to govern the use of emerging technologies in medicine. Farmers in Western Australia are reporting an optimistic start to the seeding season following widespread autumn rainfall. The moisture has provided ideal conditions for grain crops across the wheat belt, boosting hopes for a record-breaking harvest. However, concerns remain regarding the high cost of fertilizers and machinery parts, which have been impacted by global supply chain disruptions. The Australian medical community is sounding the alarm over a shortage of general practitioners in regional Victoria. Several country towns are reporting wait times of over 3 weeks for routine appointments, forcing residents to travel long distances for care. The Rural Doctors Association of Australia is urging the government to provide better incentives for young doctors to relocate to regional areas, including student debt relief and improved infrastructure support. A new cultural exhibition celebrating Indigenous Australian art has opened at the National Gallery in Canberra. The collection features over 200 works from traditional and contemporary artists, highlighting the rich history and diversity of First Nation storytelling. Curators say the exhibition aims to provide a platform for emerging voices while honouring the legacy of past masters. Public interest has been high, with tickets for the opening weekend completely sold out. The Australian aviation industry is seeing a significant recovery as international travel demand nears pre-pandemic levels. Qantas and Virgin Australia have both announced plans to increase flight frequencies on popular routes to North America and Asia. However, the surge in demand has led to higher ticket prices and reports of staffing shortages at major airports.